What's good? What's going on, everybody? You already know who this is. And it's definitely your favorite soulful child. Yeah. Shark coming back at you once again here at the P.E.G podcast. That's positive energy generation. Yeah, you already know. So you already know we come in my bag with the hottest artists around the world, man. Dopest public figures, influencers that's gonna help push you along the way, tell you that you're not alone. And man, you will never guess who I had to pull up on me. Hey man, I got the one and only about Myko in the building. I'm talking about he's the artist, you feel me? The one from Central Texas. He's a songwriter, a producer, an engineer. Hey man, he's a beat producer as well. And his motto is love over fear. So
love over fear.
Yeah, if you got fear, that means you need some more love in your life.
No.
Let's go ahead and welcome my man to the building.
Fear is natural to feel. It's about what you act on. Because you're gonna feel fear. There's no going around that.
It's like
but that's my motto.
Right?
That's how I operate my life. Is you have feelings of love, you have feelings of fear, and these are the crossroads where we make a choice in life. So if you act on your feelings of love, headed in the right direction.
I like that.
That's not to mean that there's not like very real, like there's caution.
Yeah, but just saying that, you know, love over fear.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, man. You know, and you're a brilliant guy of all things. So before we get started, y'all already know what I do. Y'all already know. Go ahead, press the follow button, like right now.
Now is my time to shine. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others down and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight.
Yeah, all right. So now we got y'all attention. Stay tuned, because we'll get a social media at the end for all you nosy people and your grandma, okay? You better tap in, because he's not just an artist, man. He's a man of all talent. So let's actually talk about how did we get here with Michael Tralle, man? Like, who is Michael Tralle?
As a person,
yeah.
Essentially, I am somebody who wanted to create and didn't take no for an answer.
Okay.
Because as a kid, I was big into Legos, and then as a young teenager, I was getting into like drawing comics, and I started dabbling with code and learning to make video games, which was gonna be the career.
Oh.
But then I fell in love with music and said, "Oh, this is where I belong."
How did you go from building Legos and then going into coding and then music? Like what was that switch?
It was all it's all what toys do I have in front of me?
Yeah.
You know? And as a kid, that was Legos. And then as I get older, I get my first computer and I get my first game systems, you know, and I really like playing video games. And when I like something, I kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
So other than just playing it, I was like, man, I want to kind of make something. And I never made anything that was like completed except for maybe one or two things, two small things, you know.
Small things. You ever wanted to create a game? Like, did you ever want to create a game?
I created a couple.
A
couple, yeah. So I made like Flappy Bird, but I put Mario in it instead. But I built that from scratch.
That's
and I made
crazy.
It like Flappy Bird, it was very choppy controls. I felt like it could be a little smoother, but without taking out the difficulty, you know.
But then found music though.
When I was all this whole time, Legos, drawing, coding, the whole time I'm doing anything, I'm listening to music. And then eventually I'm like, let me write something.
Yeah.
And I did, and something clicked, and I haven't left.
You haven't left.
That was it.
Like, did you share it with your friends when you made your first?
Oh yeah, it sucked, but it was a remix to "Nothing on You" by B.O.B. and Bruno Mars.
Oh wow! Did they tell you the truth? Did they tell you the truth? Like, yo, it sucked, or
they were supportive?
Oh, okay.
But I knew that it was like I had talent, but not skill. Is how I put it.
What's the difference?
Talent is I can do this, but skill is like when you take your talent and you sharpen it, keep at it. You understand the nuances of what makes something good or bad within your talent. And then, if you're lucky, you get to build that skill into a career.
So would you say that, because you were into building stuff at first, would you say that was more of a skill and then you start learning music, or?
Everything up until music was really a hobby. Even
Hobby. Okay.
when I made a video game or made any of it, it was all hobby.
Okay.
You know, I took it seriously with like career level expectations of quality. Like I wanted to do it right, but it was still a hobby. You
Oh,
know.
okay. Got you, got you. So up to this point, well, up to the point of music, you was really just like developing skills, like not really.
I was goofing around. I was
Yeah.
playing with the stuff I had available to me. Because when I wrote my first song, it was April 2nd, 2010. I'm 15. 15? I think I'm 15 at this point. I don't know. I was born in October '94, so do the math. I'm not doing the math, but I know I wrote the B.O.B. remix April 2nd, 2010, about 5 or 6 p.m.
Wow.
So this is the end of my freshman year. Is
Wow.
when that is.
So growing up,
So everything else was just me being a kid,
you being
because I
yourself.
was a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. I mean, most people, well, most kids gonna dabble in music, art,
Hmm.
creating until they find which one actually lines up with them.
Exactly.
Growing up, like, was your parents supportive of this?
Um,
Because there's some parents that be like, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be a lawyer, I want you to be anything but a
nah, they
hip hop
weren't like
artist.
that
Okay.
at all. Um, but first of all, my dad and I had a very strained relationship. Uh, it wasn't no be a doctor, be a lawyer, nothing like that. But he was when he would get angry, he would be physically abusive toward me
Oh,
as a result.
okay. Okay, so that's
And
why
then
the
I had my
relationship
own
was
anger
changed.
issues as a kid, so I was distant from my parents at that time. And then later on, I was able to rebuild my relationship with my mom, and at that point, was really the first time that we had kind of the opportunity for anybody to be supportive of anything.
Mm.
And at that point, I was, let's see, it was 2015. I was about 5 years in doing music. I was still talented. I was almost skilled. I will say I probably wasn't skilled until 2016.
Year after.
I was pretty good, but like there were
Well,
some
5
things
years
missing,
after, yeah.
But 2015. So this is my mom was supportive for sure, but also was like, "But what's your real job gonna be?"
Yeah, like what are you planning to do for
It's
the
like I'm not
future?
gonna stop you from making music, but also, are you putting in applications? And I was like, sometimes.
Maybe.
I was trying a little bit,
Maybe.
mostly to appease her.
Yeah.
Was me trying to put an application. I didn't feel a need to work. I was working on this. This was working.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to live off yet, but I was hosting recording sessions. I was making a little bit of money here and there.
And but you're a engineer and a producer, so you can make beats and stuff. Were you doing all the mixing, the mastering, the producing yourself at this time?
All the mixing and mastering for the first couple of years, other than when I wrote a remix, I also made almost all of my own beats. Later on, I would do beat packs off instrumentals to try to experiment with my sound a little
Yeah.
more, and kind of that way I can hear more beats too than just
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
making,
just yeah. To get
and kind of get
ideas.
better at making beats too, and how my mix sounded alongside those beats, and making sure that my beats were up to par.
Yeah.
Another talent that needed to be sharpened into a skill, basically.
And that's crazy. That's definitely crazy. That sound like a lot starting off, but it seems
Oh, it
like
was.
music. You knew you always been like attached to music. That's what it
Yeah,
seems like.
because even when I was making other stuff, I was always listening
To
to
music.
music.
Yeah,
If it
yeah.
was quiet, I was like, "This is put some music on.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put some
Put some
music
music
on.
on.
Uh,
I don't need the clanking of bionicles. I need music."
yeah, and being able to tap in with music. You talked about you had shared with me the artists that impact your life, such as Lil Nas X. You also talked about
Lil Nas X
um
is like the smallest example of
right,
that.
right, Lil Nas. You also talk about T-Pain,
T-Pain probably the
Ace
biggest.
Hood as
Yeah,
well, and Royce the 5'9". You talk about those people that set inspiration with you. What
yeah.
about their work in the music inspires you to make
So like
music?
Royce the 5'9", I like kind of his swagger.
Mm.
I don't listen to a lot. I started listening to rap music in like 2008. So I missed out a lot on a lot of like the classic stuff, the classic sounds. I'm not
Okay.
a child of Tupac or of Biggie
No, so
or
you
the Rakim. I'm not any of
no.
that. I don't I couldn't, you
Oh.
know. And I came in too late. I was like I don't even know if I like a lot of these songs.
Got you.
Because I did my due diligence. You know, especially as a white dude, I'm a guest in hip hop. Let me at least go listen.
Yeah.
Let me go torrent the Tupac discography and listen through everything and see what catches my ear.
So out of, like you said, like you wasn't a fan of the Tupac, and did you like?
It's mostly that it didn't resonate. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
I like the beats that I came in on in 2008. The Runners, Justice League. You got Go Hard by Kanye and DJ Khaled and T-Pain. That was an incredible beat. You got Maybach Music too, with again Rick Ross, T-Pain, Kanye, Lil Wayne. Those beats, and then to try to listen to the '90s beats,
it's a lot different.
It was different. And if you do that in reverse order, of course, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
But from the front, from listening to those kinds of beats and then going back to the '90s beats, you notice the little differences in quality. And it's less. It just didn't resonate with me the same way it would have if maybe I was introduced to it when it was fresh, you know?
Got you. And then too, you are the engineer and the producer, so you hear certain things in a music and a song that may not be of your quality, you know.
Yeah, I'm
but
hearing
that's okay
things in the '90s, and it sounds good, obviously, but it's like I would have done this different. I would have done this different.
You're breaking it down,
and of course, I'm thinking that from a privileged point of I have this current technology to be able to do that.
Right.
They were doing I don't even know what.
Yeah, they probably like doing it out of scratch, and you know,
like I made beats on analog. I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah, like back in the day, there'd be like a whole setup, a whole room, like
manually scratching vinyls from the parents' basements.
Now
I don't
all
even
digital.
know how you would go about doing that.
Now, that's crazy. You shared that, you know, later in life, your parents was supportive, and you know, you had to.
My mom.
Your mom was supportive. You had to.
My dad passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry
which
to hear.
allowed me to repair my relationship with my mom.
Mm.
So it was really just her on that front.
Well, before the show, you talked about that you was from Idaho.
I was born in Idaho.
You was born from Idaho. How is that? Like, I don't think I know anybody from.
I don't know nothing about Idaho. I was born. So here's my thing. When I say my parents, I mean my adopted parents.
Oh, okay, got you.
The same set of parents I had my whole life. I wasn't in and out of foster homes, nothing like that.
You only had one set.
I had the one set of parents. Okay. I was birthed out by one lady, and then scooped up by another.
The fact you said scooped up,
and I was with them the whole time. Okay. Nothing else. So because of that, obviously, there was an arrangement. I don't meet her until I'm 18, my birth mom. Which I did, and that didn't go well. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, got you.
But like, because of that, I mean, you're not going to live in the same city as your birth mom anymore. So we moved. Right. We went to New York. I don't remember New York. We moved to Nebraska. I turned 5 years old. My memories start.
Yo, you know? So now you start to remember all these places.
Yeah, now like I don't remember barely anything about New York at all. Wow. I think I remember one dream I had, but I can't even.
You don't even know if it's real. Like it could be a dream, or you could have.
Yeah, I've been having some issues lately. I trust my memory a lot, especially with how much multitasking it takes to maintain a musical career.
Yeah, definitely.
And something worries me is that Nebraska, right? This is where I lived from 5 years old all the way up to 5th grade. So this is the first place I call home.
Really. Yeah, okay.
We went to a restaurant called Fazoli's. I don't know if you've ever been to Fazoli's. According to my memory, and we went there often. It's not just one place. We went there fairly often, like at least 4 times a year, I want to say. So we weren't big on eating out. So, but when we did, it was, I remember Fazoli's being akin to Olive Garden, like a sit-down restaurant. We went at night. It was like dim lighting, like a restaurant might be. There was a waiter. I remember I was a kid. I was ordering the like create your own pizza type deal.
Oh, snap.
But something happened. After I moved here, I moved, Nebraska until 5th grade. Then I was in Virginia, 7th grade, 8th grade. Then I was in Texas for basically the rest of the time.
After 8th grade.
Up until now.
Okay.
For 8th grade. Sorry. Virginia was 6th and 7th grade.
Okay. And then 8th grade here.
Yeah, 8th grade
so
here.
You started your 8th grade year here.
And basically stayed here.
Okay.
I dipped a couple times, met my birth mom, went to Tampa for a few months, but overall I've been here.
So when you went to school, did you go to Killeen?
I went to
Copus
Cove High School.
Oh, Cove. Okay.
Cove High School.
Okay.
But no, Fazoli's. So I have a friend, Becky. She went like one specific place in Austin to get her haircut. So I took her there. You know, I would drive Becky around, and she would pay me well for it. I took her to get her hair cut. We were going to get lunch or dinner, depending on what time. I saw the sign for Fazoli's. I'm like, whoa. I haven't been there since I was like a kid in Nebraska.
Yeah.
We got to go to Fazoli's.
Did you go?
We went. And it was way different than what I thought I remembered. Because when I walked in, it was like a McDonald's. It was the front counter where you order.
But you remember it as being
an Olive Garden. I specifically remember ordering at a table.
Wow.
I don't think I'm mistaking it for another restaurant. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about Fazoli's, but now I don't know.
Now you don't know because they changed so much.
I don't know. Oh, did they change, or was it always like this, or was it a difference in location?
Maybe.
And now I have to like double check with my mom about whether I'm real, and that messed me up. I went in there and that messed me up.
It's like, am I real? Like
I've been thinking about this for like years now. A few years ago, when we went to the Fazoli's in Austin, I've been thinking about it nonstop. Like, wow. Okay,
wait. Did I make that up or what?
I make that up? Was that all of it?
That is so
we went
crazy.
to Fazoli's often. I would have remembered if it was fast food, but
right.
I don't know.
I don't know. But you spoke like, you said that you were adopted. So you said that later in life that your mom became supportive of your music.
Yeah,
what you're doing, but your dad ended up passing away. So these are the people that took care of you since after birth. Right. Okay, cool. And you don't you said the relationship with your birth mom, it didn't go so well. That's the first
Yeah, no, I met her. So due to the strain and the violence between me and my dad, I was homeless for the end of my junior year of high school,
I'm sorry.
entirety of my senior year, and then like a couple years, like a year and a half after graduating.
Hey, I'm sorry, man.
No, it happens. It happens. That's life. This time was, of course, spent working on music.
Yeah.
But, so where was I going with that? Okay, during the homeless years, I turned 18. My birth mom ended up reaching out on Facebook. She was like, I want to meet you. And I was like, I want to live somewhere. So we ended up doing that. I moved up to Montana, and then we moved into Missouri with her boyfriend's parents, which did not go well.
It didn't go well.
It was a little village called Rocky Comfort, Missouri, where like all 10 of the people there were super Christian, hated long hair, hated rap music.
Yeah,
I had long hair
and
I was a rapper.
Total contradiction. Like you went against everything.
I'm pretty sure I became like, I don't know, whatever people were saying about me, they weren't saying it to my face, but it seemed like the stress was getting taken out on me by now my quote unquote family members.
Yeah.
You know, we were living with my birth mom's boyfriend's parents.
Wow.
And this guy is like, he is so drunk that he's like just bedridden, not moving, like, but he manages to be like, hey, I built this house with my bare hands. You're not a man unless you can do that. And I'm like, I guess I'm not a man.
I guess so. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that's like, hey, I'm not a man because I can't do that, you know?
Can't do that. I make beats. I don't know.
He said I make beats.
I don't know what to tell you, man. A lot of Lego experience, but I've never done that.
Right? That's so crazy.
It was ridiculous. Long story short, they ended up dropping me off at a truck stop in Joplin, Missouri. It's like 40 minutes away. I had to hitchhike. I'm 18 years old.
Yo, this is crazy.
I ended up in Waco because I thought Waco was a little closer to Copper's Cove than it was. I thought Waco was like as far as Temple, but it's like another hour.
Yeah, it's a whole nother hour away.
Waco, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I'll go there because I was asking, where are you going? Where are you going? They're like, Canada. I'm like, nope, wrong way.
Can't go that way.
It was one trucker. I didn't have to stop and go. One trucker from Joplin, Missouri down to Waco, Texas. At which point one of my my real mom's friends of course, when I say real mom, that's my adopted mom.
Yeah, the one that raised you.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Okay, got you.
One of her friends picked me up and brought me back to Cove, where I continued to be homeless for a while. But it's like, where do you want to take me? I'm like, honestly,
just somewhere that
I don't know.
I don't know at this point. Now you went from adoption to being moved around a lot to now in high school you're homeless. Yeah, military. Like that's a lot of readjusting.
Moving around a lot.
You didn't?
I didn't. I don't know. I made friends. I missed my friends. It was more exciting than it was detrimental.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I was like, ooh, I get to meet new people, go to a new school. Like it was the opposite of every kid in a movie who moves.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because most
scared. I was excited.
Yeah, most people that either have like situations where they had to move around a lot, or they was military brats. They talk about like how they didn't really make friends, or how they had problems making friends.
Social media was new, so I didn't keep the friends.
Oh yeah.
I tried to go back and add them, but I don't know if they
remember me. Yeah, you're like, I don't really know if they remember me. That's
try to
awesome.
add like my elementary school crushes. Like, oh, you're fine now.
That glow up is real now.
What's up, Cameron? And that friend request just sits there, and I'm like,
they're like, I don't know who this guy is. Got fat, huh? I changed a lot, right?
Man.
But you seem like you faced changes in life and you adapt to them pretty well. Because, like I said, a lot of people I know for a fact, even soldiers and warriors that have come out of the military, have a hard time adjusting to life.
Yeah. There was an adjustment period. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah.
The music served as an anchor. Like if I know what I want to do, and I know where I want to be, and I know where I'm going, and then I can be decisive about, okay, which way do I go? This way? That's the wrong way? Then not that way.
Yeah. Well, like in your music, you said that you share your passion and your persistence and the things that you're going through and through your experience in life. And you put it in your music to be able to hopefully help relate and touch other artists, not only other artists, but other people listening.
Yeah.
Why do you reflect that your passion, your experience, your persistence? Why is that important to put in your music and display?
Well, for one, I like to be honest in my music, and I'm not living a life of like gun toting or drugs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I have to write about something.
True.
And so I grew up on a lot of country. So even though I'm not in a lot of relationships, I feel like I'm good at making love songs. So I write those, and those they're not real.
You said it's not real.
Like I said, I don't like lying in my music, but I'll take like experiences from several different women and kind of put them together. It's like it's not about anybody specific, but maybe specific feelings, you know?
Yeah.
But as far as like a lot of my music is like rapping about rapping, to be honest. Like during the homeless years, it was angrier music, it was sadder music. And then as I got out of homelessness, I kind of settled more into actually living a life, and I made it further than I thought I was going to live and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The music changes, and now it's about kind of the everyday struggle. Like I have one called Square One, which is about like having to start over after building so much.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's what's up. But again, it seems like music has been that backbone that you needed in life to keep you going through all the adversities, all the life that you chase, life lessons that you faced from birth, from facing your birth parent, and being able to get through things through your foster parents, that the ones that you call your parents that raised you. You went through a lot, adjusting to life, and then you being a military brat. Like that's a lot. That's a lot for a kid to take in, but still being persevering with music, it seems like that's the main thing that kept you going.
Oh yeah.
And I like that. So that actually leads us up to the song that you featured for Artist of the Week. Let's go ahead and actually share that song to people, let them know what that song is, and then talk about why did you actually feature this project as Artist of the Week worthy.
I said Square One, right?
Yeah. It was Square One. Yeah.
I was like, was I here to promote Square One or got it good?
Yeah, it's Square One. Yeah, I got it.
I'm working on so many songs. We're wrapping up an EP right now, me and
Hey, shout out to you.
We're doing Square One. It's a beat I made. It's mixing and mastering I did. It's my own lyrics. It's my own voice. Everything from scratch.
Everything from scratch.
I had to go back to square one. I had to go back to square one. But I'm coming back, so square up. I had to go back to square one. I had to go back to square one. I had to go back to square one.
You said that when you decided to send it in for Artist of the Week, right? What made that song special? You're like, you know what? I'm going to put this song out and I'm going to share it with the world through Artist of the Week. Why? Like, you could have picked any song, but you picked Square One.
This song, I think, makes for one, I think it's a good first impression of who I am, what my music is about, and what I'm capable of doing. Because I'm doing it all on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beat, it's the mixing, mastering, it's the lyrics, it's the voice. So it's a good first impression for a lot of reasons. But then also, with me having made so many songs where I'm just rapping about my own personal, my own personal feelings, my own personal struggles, I realized for a while I didn't have a lot of songs that were relatable. I was talking specifically about my experiences.
Yeah.
Now in Square One, I'm talking about my experiences, but I'm not going into too many specifics.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what lessons I learned. I'm talking about what feelings I felt.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say on the song, oh, the studio I was working at got closed down. Oh, my girl left me. That's only relatable to so many people.
So many people, yeah.
The song is, in general, about having to start over.
So that's the message of the song.
And it wasn't part about, my rap name was My-T for several years. And I changed it to Myko Summit, which was a lot of work had to go into starting over.
Starting over,
But who can relate to that? Not a lot of people.
Not many people. I guess Diddy.
But the idea of starting, you can relate to that. But the idea of starting over in general, the idea of having built, and then it's knocked down. Whether you knocked it down, somebody else knocked it down, that's relatable.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, for that reason, is one of my strongest songs. Everybody can get behind the idea that they had to go back to square one.
Hey.
That's what I like about it.
That's heavy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what other people have told me about it.
Yeah.
I've been pushing this song for like 2 years.
Yeah. That's heavy because a lot in life, that's really life. Starting over. Like, you can put a lot of work into certain projects and certain things you're doing in life, and it may not fall through, or it may start working, and then you have to restart over.
And you learn the lesson.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, but you learn the lesson.
Yeah. And it makes strong people, and then it breaks the weak, you know. That's why you have some people, when they lost the business, instead of them going back to recreate it, they become homeless, they become addicts because they feel like, well, I did it that one time. You know what I'm saying? If you, like you say, you teach a man how to fish, he go get that fish for a lifetime.
That's right.
If you don't, you do it for them, they're gonna break, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna starve. So it sound like
keep fishing for them,
right?
And they're gonna ask. They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you got any fish?"
Yeah. Hey, you know, can I get two? let me get a couple.
Got any loose fish?
Yeah, right. But you've been fishing. It seemed like life didn't just knock you down at all. You got up. You know what I'm saying, throughout the adversities that you faced. And then now you're inspiring people.
Really. I'm not done making music, so this isn't where I die.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Hey, man, the only way you can stop working is if you die. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way the work gonna stop, if you die.
I don't know. I'm worried about losing my voice. Like, what if I get shot in the throat?
Damn,
I don't know, man.
Hey, 50 did it,
I'm
though.
not immortal.
But 50 did it. I don't think he got shot in the throat.
Well, he still has his voice.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without my voice.
You get you a voice box. You can get you a voice box. Oh, yeah. You can get you an AI and just have them to rap it for you. And then you never know, man. It blow up. You never know. That's actually crazy. You showed me that AI.
And I can still make beats, so.
Yeah, you can still write. You don't really need your voice.
Losing my ears, that would suck.
These are crazy ways to get out the game.
What about just retiring, Michael? What do you?
Yeah, what is just about walking away? But no, definitely. It's definitely been a blast having you onto the podcast. Let everybody know the social media that they can tap in with you if they want to work on some projects with you or collaborate with you.
Well, if you want to find my Instagram, my Facebook, everything I'm on is going to be at Myko Summit. MYKO SUMMIT, like summit, like mountaintop, like peak, goal, obstacle overcame,
I like that. Achievements.
And you can go on there to see some behind the scenes stuff for the music or catch announcements of when new music is coming out, see what I'm working on, see who I'm working with. And if you want to be somebody who works with me, easy to hit me up. You can contact me on any of those social media, or you can hit me up at contact@mykosummit.com.
Right
And
there.
you can also find all of my music, learn more about what it takes to work with me and what it would be like. I got a whole thing.
Yeah, you do. Like you like set in stone.
mykosummit.com.
Check it out. All right. If for
Let me
all
say
the
it
people,
again,
yes, said for the ones in the back, be
because
quiet, man.
it cost me $400. mykosummit.com.
.com. Go check it out. You got some fire beats. I ain't gonna lie. You definitely been
appreciate it.
working, man. I listened to it. I'm like, oh man, that's fire. And the way you put some beats together, bro, is mind blowing. Because some people, like you said, back in the day, it was unheard of. But
Yeah.
now to listen and you see that, like, you go through on this website, you guys can see it. There's some beats that you put like so many like pieces together. I'm like, damn, I would have never put that together, but
Yeah.
you did. So keep creating, keep pushing, keep living your dreams. What are some future projects that you got coming up that people can stay tapped in? Now they got your social media.
Well, I just released my album Back to the Base. So I'm still pushing that. That's 12 songs of fun.
Yeah, you just released that. Congratulations. That's what's
It
up.
goes along with the theme of Square One, having to start over, having to be back at the base, climb that mountain again. Songs like Carpe Diem, Seize the Day. Songs like Wait, I Don't Want to Wait.
Hey.
Songs like No Games, I'm Not Here to Play No Games.
None at all. I'm dead serious.
A whole lot of songs. A whole lot of great songs. I made the beats for some of them, not all of them. I mixed and mastered all of them. Got a lot of awesome featured artists from all over the country, including some that I met right here in Dream Big Studios.
Shout out to Dream Big Studios.
And
you know what I'm saying?
upcoming, Tex MF, one of my fellow artists, who is a big party rapper.
Okay.
He's got that energy to
He'll
him.
turn up the whole
but
crowd.
He's got a variety to him too. And I want to showcase his and my chemistry and compatibility as collaborators and our variety as creators with an EP, 6 songs, Tex MF and Myko Summit, called Hitmen for Hire, Volume 1, coming this August, with 2 singles off of it coming in June and July, including one I just announced yesterday, called Caliente, which also features Ace the King.
That should be interesting.
It's very nice.
You got a lot of, listen to me, you got a lot of things on the table that people can tap in.
I have an Excel document, like a it's not Microsoft Excel, it's like a free ripoff of it. But I have a big spreadsheet where it's plans up to like 2025 of like when do I want to release an album, how long do I want those albums to be, are any of them collab albums, are any of them special, like is it a rock album instead for some reason, you know? And then I also have the list of songs under there that can be separated and split off into albums as I continue to work on them or as release dates come closer.
You got a whole I see. I'm like, hey, this you definitely working. Like, so you've been working for a while, so might as well keep grinding, keep pushing, and inspiring others. And again, like I said, thank you for coming on to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Not always, man, sharing your voice. You know what I'm saying? Your work, your grind with people, because like you said, the passion of showing people that they're not alone is so much needed. So love over fear. That's what it really means. You're not alone, but you can face the fear through love. And I like that you express that. So keep doing it. Is there any shout outs you want to give to anybody? Well, this is the opportunity to give any. I don't want to make nobody mad from your side.
Shouts out to Antonio and Dream Big Studios for putting me to work as an engineer and for providing the space for the P.E.G. podcast.
Definitely. Shout out to my man.
Shouts out to Los for making me a golden ear. Shouts out to my mom.
Shout out to moms.
Mm-hmm. My real mom.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Einstein the Mastermind.
Einstein.
He's been rocking with me as a collaborator and a good friend since high school. Since basically right after I started rapping, he was there.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And then shouts out to Tex MF too. We got a lot of work to do.
Let's go.
There's just too many really truly to list, but I'll stick with those for now.
But shout out to everybody that's been a part of your journey. Shout out to everybody who's been a part of the P.E.G. journey. Shout out to the Crooked Forks, man. I always got to ask this question because, we love to eat. I know I do, you know what I'm saying? So if you could make your own burger, Mike, what burger would it be? And what will be the name of this burger? It has to represent you.
So I was thinking about doing this for a while, and I'm still going to hit up. It was I would have done the Crooked Fork, but I've been setting this up for a while with a different restaurant that I'm not going to name because they haven't agreed.
Okay.
But I might set something up with the Crooked Fork too. But remember how McDonald's, they got the Travis Scott meal, the Saweetie meal, the BTS meal, whatever, all these other meals. So I was thinking the Myko meal, first of all, is catchy, right?
Yeah, it is. The Myko meal.
I'm not thinking McDonald's, but I'm thinking this other burger place local to the 254 area.
Okay.
And I was thinking it would consist of, man, I wrote it down actually. I forgot because I haven't been thinking about it. Been working on music, not but I have it in here. It's not too far down.
Man has his own already ideal
I have this
burger.
planned out. The Myko meal and the Myko meal spicy.
Wow.
Okay.
Spicy.
The Myko meal consists of beef patty, American cheese, chicken nuggets on it. Lettuce, tomato, pickle, and the restaurant's signature sauce. Whereas the spicy, it's pretty much the same. Instead of American cheese, it's pepper jack cheese. Got the chicken nuggets, beef patty, lettuce, tomato, jalapenos instead of pickle.
Okay.
The signature sauce and the little buffalo sauce.
Oh, that does sound spicy.
Each Myko meal comes with a specific type of fries that I like from this restaurant, and a thing of root beer.
And a root beer. That's so crazy. You're the first person I know that already has the idea of what type of sandwich.
Well, part of this is also marketability. That sounds like a regular burger, except for with nuggets on it.
The nuggets on it.
And then the spicy variation. That's me, because I like spicy. But, if I were to make a real marketable, like, Myko meal, I can't make it spicy by default, because that's going to bring the sales down. Not everybody likes spicy.
Yeah.
So I had to have both variations.
2 versions.
But what I like at the Crooked Fork, they got the Dream Big burger. And I went to the Crooked Fork, that's what I had. And it had the tater tots on it. It had, I don't remember what else.
It was good. But it like the tater tots with the mushrooms. Yeah. It has a lot on it.
Spicy sauce.
Yeah, but it's so good, bro.
Was it buffalo?
It has some sauce on it. But it's
the
so
Dream
good.
Big burger at Crooked Fork.
At Crooked Fork. So make sure you guys go check it out. If you're ever in the area of Harker Heights, make sure you guys go check out Crooked Forks. All right, shout out to my man Antonio and shout out to Raylene. They're doing their thing. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's good. And if you want to recommend a sandwich, he just told you, go get the Dream Big sandwich, all right? It's good. And don't go out here trying to steal my man burger, all right? 20%. If you steal it, 20%, I'm going to fire you. He said it here first, and we got documentation. So, the Myko meal, man, I like that.
I got to go hit up this restaurant before this airs.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to let them know, man. But definitely, that's exciting. Before we get out here, one last thing, man. If you can inspire someone by leaving a message, and let this message resonate. If they just was on this podcast and then didn't pay attention to nothing because they was talking in the back, you feel me? What message would you give to the people that has faced some adversities that you have, and what message would you give to inspire them to keep going? And 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Go.
Oh. I had a 5-minute long spiel ready. No, 15. Okay, so what I would say is do not wait. Everybody puts their dreams on hold because they're waiting for a good time to do it. But the thing about life is it's always going to knock you back down to square one. When a good time comes, that is a temporary good time. So even if you start, you're going to feel like you got to quit again when the bad times come back. Don't do that. I had the privilege of being able to build my career while living with my mom, but I also did it when I was homeless. And I would be farther behind if I waited while I was homeless.
Dang, that's crazy.
Do not wait. This is my biggest piece of advice. I'm telling you, do not wait for a good time to start doing what you love in life. Period.
That's love over fear. You feel me?
That's right.
It may seem scary what you want to do, but like you said, you don't have all the pieces. And if he could do it from no home, which means he's homeless.
No home, no
right?
money.
No money, and you're sitting at home right now. You got the internet. You can do it too. So go figure it out. What it's gonna take to start it, and start telling people about what you're trying to do, and start pushing yourself out there, man. If you're an artist, hit the stage. You know what I'm saying? Connect with my guy Mike. Get some questions going. Pick his brain. You have all these resources to start doing your dreams now. All right.
Yeah, you really do. Because look, when I started out, it was a Guitar Hero microphone and a little crappy laptop.
Don't say Guitar Hero, man.
It was sometimes Rock Band.
Yeah.
I didn't have either of these games. I was borrowing these microphones from whoever was letting me hang out at their house for a day or two while homeless.
Wow, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
That
my pop filter was, hey man, can I borrow your noodle strainer? You got one of the wire ones? Oh, the plastic one ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And I was doing that. You get a head start if you book with Dream Big Studios.
Yeah.
If you book with me, you get a head start on your sound quality. You don't have to waste 5 years sucking like I did.
You want to know? He's right here. All right. Book it. Call my man. Reach out to him. Shut the social media back out again. So if they didn't get it, they got it.
At Myko Summit. MYKO SUMMIT, all one word.
Period.
Myko Summit.
Period.
MykoSummit.com. DreamBigCTX.com. Book your recording session. Do not wait to do what you want to do in life, and utilize our experience and our quality to get a head start.
A head start, man. That's some valuable, life lesson right there, okay? Valuable lesson. Take it. Impact yourself by starting with yourself in order to impact others, all right? And if nobody told y'all today, tomorrow, yesterday that they love you, you know I'm going to tell you because y'all crybabies. I love you, man. Damn, I love you. My man Michael loves you.
You're like a brother to me.
Yeah, or sister, or auntie, little brother, cousin, whichever one. Yeah, he said you like a brother to me, so all y'all. But yeah, we love y'all.
As more of a friend.
Yeah, we love y'all today, tomorrow, yesterday. Live to inspire and keep inspiring for generations to come. You already know. Let's get it. Yeah, let's go.
We're out of here, right?
We're out of here. Yeah.